It's Week 12 of the National Football League. And this one features the Ravens' superstar wide receiver. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Ravens and the Commandos under the lights.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hayden. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Jackson. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. Washington going to send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll start out with Price. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 7. Going right back to Price. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
A give running right. It's Price with it. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Ravens at 9-2 to start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's got a man. Complete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So from 135 all the way over to the other. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Price. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Washington defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game. Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And no. Here, that's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Jackson now. Throw left side complete. That's Baker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, Hayden. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Jackson. doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. When you look at this defense, they enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that, it only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Jackson, option right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Now Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Up the middle they go. Hayden. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hayden stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
On the handoff, Price trying the left side.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Throwing is Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it's Jackson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Got his man complete over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And it's caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
74 yards.
and the Ravens strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Commanders preparing for their next possession.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the gun, Jackson. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. To throw again is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Baker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
Here's 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Comeback route here, and he's got Smith complete.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. They'll start on the ground with Price.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
A give up the middle to Price. Across midfield, and he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 34. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 34.
They'll go again here with Price.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and they have regained the lead.
That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson down. Throwing to start the drive. Steps away to his left. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They're prepared for him to try and take off.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Price.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Price. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll run here with Price.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens add 6 to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll run on first down. Hayden. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, Hayden. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Hey, middle.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this fourth quarter. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Jackson now. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And able to get this out to the 25. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
On the handoff, it's Price. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 117 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in. They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw again. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Commanders' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A real opportunity for them. Their defense got the key 4th down stop. Now all they need is a field goal to snag the lead.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9.
Here's Jackson to throw.
There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And Jackson throwing once more.
There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw is Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9.
Again, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Jackson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he takes it in for a Commandos touchdown.
A great play there, with now 2 4th-quarter touchdowns.
And the Commanders put together a 4th-quarter drive to take the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Ravens 31.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So the Ravens now down by 5. 1:51 on the clock. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th-quarter lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Commanders offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. By Roquan Smith, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Let's go.
On the give, this is Price.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll toss this right side to Price.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a 3rd and 6. On the counter, this is Price.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson to throw.
Incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Jackson. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
This ball intercepted. He may go.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick six.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Ravens, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.